Do you have an issue with how Rodgers is handling his young group of receivers?
I don't. Listen, I can assure you this was not the first time they heard that. I mean, people are acting like he took everything public and made all this noise. I played with him. I can guarantee you he said something to those receivers well before this thing made it to the media. And I think, listen, I think it's a little bit twofold, right? Like Aaron Rodgers has never seen a camera he doesn't like, right? Or been able to troll the media like everyone. He enjoys this, right? So there's a little hero in this as well. If you think about, woe is me, a little bit of whining, nobody's doing it, nobody's picking this up. Look how much more I'm going to have to take on myself. So when he does play well, all of a sudden, everything's rosy, right? And so as I look at Aaron Rodgers, I remember a team last year that when all their receivers were out with COVID and all kinds of things, they went to an undefeated Arizona Cardinals team and beat them handily, an undefeated team. With running backs, getting the ball to the running backs. They still have Dillon. They still have Aaron Jones. This team will be just fine. I trust Matt LaFleur. I think he's one of the best play callers in the game. Aaron Rodgers, love him or hate him, this guy's an absolute baller. So, I think this is just a way for, like LaFleur said, increase urgency. These guys got to understand there aren't time for mistakes. We do want to get better. But I think all this kind of plays into the show of it all. I think this team is still a very good team in the NFC, in my opinion.
Go ahead, Bart.
I mean, sense of urgency. About damn time he have a sense of urgency. I think finally Aaron Rodgers wrote a check that his talent and his arm may not be able to get him out of. Because you talk about you want young players to have a sense of urgency and be professionals when they're young players. We give other players in other positions with the benefit of the doubt of being able to come in and learn. But I think Aaron Rodgers, if he would have had a sense of urgency, maybe he would have kept Davante Adams, right? If he would have had a sense of urgency, maybe he would have been able to keep Valdez-Scantling. Because, okay, Davante Adams left, but why isn't Valdez-Scantling there? Because I think everybody believes that everybody's lining up to play for Aaron Rodgers. Well, Valdez-Scantling went to go play in Kansas City, and he only took a $10 million contract. Now, Aaron Rodgers came in, and he brought in Randall Cobb, Sammy Watkins. He's going to need these young guys. And what Aaron Rodgers has to understand is he's part of that bridge generation from the old school football players and the new school football players. And some of these new school football players can't handle criticism, right? They have to be kumbaya, participation trophy. That's where we are in sports. And he's going to have to build these guys up. Because you can write this down today, Stephen A. Sammy Watkins ain't going to play a whole 16, 17.
Nah.
You can't count on him. So you're going to have to go to some of these young guys. And when LaFleur said that he didn't call the meeting, he should have called the meeting. Because he's going to have to take a bigger role in taking these guys aside. When I came into the league and it was young players, he's going to have to coach them up because they don't have the experience. Christian Watson coming from South Dakota, North Dakota, wherever the hell he came from, he wasn't playing high-end football. He wasn't reading rotation of safeties. So you're going to have to fill in the gaps. And to do that, he's going to have to take extra time to pull these guys to the side and give them study table.
Go ahead, Jeff Saturday. You want to chime in? I'll chime in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, let me say this, Bart. I do agree with you in the bridge concept. I also believe there's exceptions to all rules. Tom Brady is an exception to that rule. Aaron Rodgers, like it or not, is an exception to that rule, right? Multiple MVPs, Super Bowl champion. He is a driver. And whether you like this or don't like this, you have to have players, not coaches, but players on your team that drive the organization. They change culture. They change practice habits. They put people in pressure situations to see if they are going to step up. And as much as you would like coaches to have to handle all that, that has to come from players. And again, I don't love all the ways that he does his antics, right? He's down in South America or whatever, doing hallucinations and all that kind of thing. He don't want his teammates doing that. So, but like whatever, like the rules don't apply. However, he has to get these young guys right. If this is the way he feels, he can put pressure on them to elevate them.
You don't know that.
You got to do it at some point.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.